What's up, everybody? The Dynasty Football Strategist back at you again with some more breaking news. Remember, I bring the news to you so you don't have to find it yourself. Reportedly, the Dolphins and Tua are having a contract dispute, and they don't want to pay up. Andrew Buller-Russ of MSN.com writes, Miami Dolphins reportedly refusing to pay Tua Tagovailoa market value. After being held back by injuries during his first 3 years, Tua is coming off his best NFL season yet. He started all 17 games for the first time in his career, led the NFL in passing yards, and marched the Miami Dolphins to the second highest scoring offense in the league. While the Dolphins ultimately fell well short of their goals after colliding with the Super Bowl-bound Kansas City Chiefs in what looked like to be the second coming of the Ice Bowl, Miami can be confident that they found their franchise quarterback. Yet, for whatever reason, the Dolphins haven't been able to agree on a contract value for their 26-year-old cornerstone. As of now, Tua is set to play out the year on a $23.1 million contract, but after the season ends, he becomes a free agent. And we've all seen how hitting the open market can lead to inflated prices in free agency. So as the article said, Tua had been dealing with injury after injury after injury, most notably concussions. And concussions are scary. You get enough of those, you'll never be able to play again. So there is some reason, obviously, for them to be non-committal to him, at least for an exceptional price in the market. It does make sense. You just got to look at it like this, though. You can't just get a good quarterback, let alone a great one. And while you can argue how good Tua is exactly, it gets exponentially worse. It's understandable that they might not want to pay him the max contract that Trevor Lawrence got and the new quarterback each time is going to theoretically be getting because of his injury history. But you got to look at it like this. What are their other options? You can't just get a good quarterback when you want one. There has to be one available, or there has to be somebody willing to trade with you, which is rare. So I understand their skepticism with paying him that much, but I think they're going to end up having to do that. The article continues, any team that doesn't have a franchise solution under center is a candidate to become a major player in Tua's free agency process, and the Dolphins know it. We've seen several other quarterbacks sign massive extensions this offseason, from Trevor Lawrence's 5-year, $275 million contract to Jared Goff's 4-year, $212 million deal. Players are constantly resetting the market among highest-paid quarterbacks. Miami won't pay Tua Jared Goff money. But where does Tua land? According to Spotrac, his market value is worth $52.6 million annually. This would place him just below Goff's annual value of $53 million. Yet, the Dolphins apparently feel like Tua's not even worth current market value. According to ESPN's Jeff Darlington and Omar Kelly, the Dolphins aren't budging in negotiations. They won't even match the contract Goff signed this offseason. So Jeff Darlington is quoted as saying, the Dolphins are not offering the contract that is the market value. Based on my conversations, they are not in the Jared Goff and Trevor Lawrence ballpark. So what we can conclude from this is there's really some uncertainty at quarterback in the future for the Dolphins, at least as of now. The way I see this playing out is I think they're going to bow down to what Tua wants, because what are their other options? They have an aging Tyreek Hill. They're really in win-now mode. Raheem Mostert is older too. They did draft Jalen Wright, but they have a lot of veteran players. I mean, they just re-signed Jalen Waddle. They are in contention to try to win now. It makes no sense for them to try to move on at quarterback, to be honest with you. I mean, what are they going to do? Get another rookie in next year or something? The quarterback class doesn't look good. And you just can't depend on there being a free agent quarterback out there. I really see this playing out as they're going to bow down to what Tua wants. Now, as far as Tua's fantasy value, really, it's hard for me to imagine a better place for him than Miami. If you're an owner of his, you definitely want to see him stay there, because realistically, how many more teams could he go to where the weapons are as good as what he has in Miami? very few teams. I would still hang on to Tua because I really doubt that he's going to leave. And man, he has the potential to be a low end QB1 if he has a completely healthy season. He's never going to be a high end QB1 due to his lack of rushing upside. But if he can just get a little bit more consistency to take away some of those bad games that he does have from time to time, he's a great starting quarterback for you. Looking at over the cap, we see that Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence are tied for the highest value of a quarterback contract, with Jared Goff just trailing, followed by Herbert, Lamar, Hurts, Murray, so on and so forth. We see that it really looks like the baseline for a solid quarterback is going to be right around the $45 plus million mark once more quarterbacks get signed, and potentially higher than that if the next one keeps breaking the current record. I really see this playing out as they're probably going to have to pay him what he wants. I mean, I'd be shocked if he gets paid less than $50 million, to be frank with you. They might not like it, but they really are not in a position of power here because they are a win-now team. They need a quarterback. That's the one position that if you don't have a quarterback, you aren't winning a Super Bowl. It's just not going to happen. They'll bow down, and we'll see what they end up paying him. So what do you think? Do you think that Tua and the Dolphins are going to come to an extension? Do you think he's going to hit the open market? Comment down below. What do you think he's worth in the open market? With that being said, I'm the Dynasty Football Strategist. Remember, I am your news hub. I bring the NFL news to you. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a fantastic day.